Section 2.2, Annual Percentage Yield, or APY. What we're going to do is use that table A14 in the back to determine the APY. Our essential question, which is the better investment, the high or low APY? So by the end of the class period, you'll know what the answer is to that question. APY is also called the effective annual yield. It is the rate of return on your investment for a 1-year period. So regardless of how long your investment is, the APY is only for that 1 year, and that's so that you can compare it to other CDs if they're different rates or different periods of time or whatever. The higher the APY, the better the investment. As the frequency of compounding increases, so does the APY. So if you had an investment that was compounded twice a year versus 4 times a year, the 4 times a year would give you a better yield. Our APY is the interest for 1 year divided by the principal. Here's our first example. Randall invests $5,000 in a CD for 3 years. The certificate earns interest at an annual rate of 5.25% compounded quarterly. What is the APY to the nearest thousandth of a percent? So for this one, the nearest thousandth of a percent is 3 decimal places. So 3 places. So 5.25%. Find the amount for 1 year. So we're going to take our investment of $5,000 times 5.25% in the back quarterly. So 1.053543. So we get $5,267.72. The interest, again, we're going to take and subtract the investment out. So this right here should look familiar to what we did on Friday. So the interest is $267.72. So exactly what we did in section 12.1. Now here's the part that's new. We're going to take the interest for 1 year, which we just found, $267.72, and we're going to divide it by the principal, which in this case was $5,000. So here's the number that I'm looking at on my calculator, 0.53544. So they wanted to calculate this to the nearest thousandth. So first we're going to multiply by 100 to turn it into a percent, which would make it 5.354. For these, you do want to go out a little bit further on your percentages so that you can compare them better to those down the street in a different bank or whatever. Here's example number 2. Gail can invest $10,000 at either 4.75% compounded daily for 4 years or 5% compounded quarterly for 4 years. So based on the APY, what is the better investment? So you're going to have to do this problem twice. Okay, so let's do 4.75 first. The main thing that you need to worry about here is, even though in the question it says 4 years and that there is a 4-year category, we want to change that to 1 year because that's what the formula said. So again, we're going to be using the first column of numbers and you're going to choose the correct category there. So first we're going to take the investment, $10,000, times the table number in the back. I looked at 4.75% for 1 year. The number was 1.048643. We're going to multiply that, and we get 10,486 43. Okay, we do need to find out the interest amount, so we're going to subtract our $10,000 from it. And the interest is $486.43. And this is 4.75%. Okay, next up we need to find out the actual percentage of the investment. So we take our interest, $486.43, and we divide it by 10,000. And we're going to carry that out to 3 decimal places. And here's what the calculator says, 0.048643. We multiply it by 100, and then we're going to go 3 places after that. So this one is a 4.864% APR, or APY. Okay, now you have to do that same thing with 5%, and that one was compounded quarterly. So we take $10,000 times the table value in the back. Remember, it's 5% quarterly for 1 year, not 4. 1.050945, which gives you $10,509.45. Then you have to subtract out your investment. And this is how much interest you get, $509.45. And then to find out the APR, we take $509.45 divided by 10,000. And our APR this time, calculator value, 0.050945. We multiply it by 100 and then take 3 places. So the APY of this investment would be 5.095. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take the higher of the two. So this one right here would be the better investment. If you look at the percentages, you had 4.864 and 5.095. The higher one would give you the greater amount of interest in the same period of time.